Stray remarks on Theosophy. The Theosophists are having a jubilee time of it this year, and several press notices are before us of their goings and doings for the last 25 years. Nobody has a right now to say that the Hindus are not liberal to a fault. A coterie of young Hindus has been found to welcome even this graft of American spiritualism, with its panoply of taps and raps and hitting back and forth with Mahatmic pellets. The Theosophists claim to possess the original divine knowledge of the universe. We are glad to learn of it, and gladder still that they mean to keep it rigorously a secret. Woe unto us, poor mortals, and Hindus at that, if all this is at once let out on us. Modern Theosophy is Mrs. Besant. Blavatskyism and Olcottism seem to have taken a back seat. Mrs. Besant means well at least, and nobody can deny her perseverance and zeal. There are, of course, carping critics. We, on our part, see nothing but good in Theosophy, good in what is directly beneficial, good in what is pernicious, as they say, indirectly good, as we say, the intimate geographical knowledge of various heavens and other places, and the denizens thereof, and the dexterous finger work on the visible plane accompanying ghostly communications to live Theosophists, all told. For Theosophy is the best serum we know of, whose injection never fails to develop the queer moths finding lodgment in some brains, attempting to pass muster as sound. We have no wish to disparage the good work of the Theosophical or any other society. Yet, exaggeration has been in the past the bane of our race, and if the several articles on the work of the Theosophical Society that appeared in the Advocate of Lucknow be taken as the temperamental gauge of Lucknow, we are sorry for those it represents, to say the least. Foolish depreciation is surely vicious, but fulsome praise is equally loathsome. This Indian grafting of American spiritualism, with only a few Sanskrit words taking the place of spiritualistic jargon, Mahatma missiles taking the place of ghostly raps and taps, and Mahatmic inspiration that of obsession by ghosts. We cannot attribute a knowledge of all this to the writer of the articles in the Advocate, but he must not confound himself and his Theosophists with the great Hindu nation, the majority of whom have clearly seen through the theosophical phenomena from the start and following the great Swami Dayananda Saraswati, who took away his patronage from Blavatskyism the moment he found it out, have held themselves aloof. Again, whatever be the predilection of the writer in question, the Hindus have enough of religious teaching and teachers amidst themselves even in this Kali Yuga, and they do not stand in need of dead ghosts of Russians and Americans. The articles in question are libels on the Hindus and their religion. We Hindus, let the writer, like that of the articles referred to, know once for all, have no need nor desire to import religion from the West. Sufficient has been the degradation of importing almost everything else. The importation in the case of religion should be mostly on the side of the West, we are sure, and our work has been all along in that line. The only help the religion of the Hindus got from the Theosophists in the West was not a ready field, but years of uphill work, necessitated by theosophical sleight of hand methods. The writer ought to have known that the Theosophists wanted to crawl into the heart of Western society, catching on to the skirts of scholars like Max Muller and poets like Edwin Arnold, all the same denouncing these very men and posing as the only receptacles of universal wisdom. And one heaves a sigh of relief that this wonderful wisdom is kept a secret. Indian thought, charlatanry, and mango growing fakirism had all become identified in the minds of educated people in the West, and this was all the help rendered to Hindu religion by the Theosophists. The great immediate visible good effect of Theosophy in every country, so far as we can see, is to separate, like Professor Koch's injection into the lungs of consumptives, the healthy, spiritual, active, and patriotic from the charlatans, the morbids, and the degenerates posing as spiritual beings.